Alrighty, new bar day. These are the kitchen sink bars by Redshift. And bars have never been a thing for me. These ones here came with it, they're Easton. What I do like about the gravel bars, and I'm gonna put gravel bars on my road bike, is the flare, the way they just flare out. These ones are 41 and 49 at the bottom. But these ones come out with a new size. They're 41 here and 54 at the bottom. So it's going to be a good little flare. Also, if you notice, they go up a little bit, and then you've got this thing here. So I've got a few accessories with it. So I've got the pads that go on the top, and I already have these on these, makes a big difference. And then pads on the bottom here, and you put them on the bars to where this little thing here is, and you start to tape there, and then you put these little rubber things on, and it just gives you a little different kind of, because I don't be on the drops that much. Also, I had tri bars on this. I didn't use them much in Badlands, but I think with this, you will. Oh, it also comes, well, it doesn't come, but you can get this little bag, but it also has an extender. So the bag gets deeper, and that just fits right into that little thing there. It's kind of cool, isn't it? So I'm going to stick these on, see how hard it is to take these cables off, because the last time I took brake levers off, I was using cables, not hydraulics. So the screw is here, undo this, take this off. I'm probably going to leave this on. That's for my camera and head unit, but this also comes with a mount for the head unit. Don't know how that's going to work with a soft surface, but I'll see. But I'll always want that kind of camera mount there, so I can just throw the Osmo on. Right, see how much struggle this is for me. Weight wise, they're aluminium bars, aren't they? But you can see the difference in the flare. I think it's going to look funkier with the same width, but bigger flare. And these normally came in a 46, which I didn't like, it was just way too wide. And these are their new ones out there are 41, so it's the shortest ones that they do. The only thing I will say, and I haven't tried them yet, is gap between, I have a medium hand. That's very tight. I like being here, but I like having my thumb under, because I've fallen off the bike from hitting bumps without that thumb over. I learned that lesson, but we'll see how it plays. Should be okay. But yeah, liking the flare. So the next bit I'm going to do out of the bike stand, so I can get these some sort of level. Got some really good indications, which is good. Let me give you a look at that. So that's the point where you start the tape. These are to coincide with the other side, so you have your brake levers. This, I think, is to measure up for those rubber grips that go on the side here, and then this will give you a good indication on the level. Not for most people, it's not, but for me it is. Something a little bit different. I mean, that's the thing about this bike. It's been, I've changed a lot of stuff on it, whereas the Gerard in the background came, haven't touched it, haven't even changed the bar tape on it. I've changed the saddle, but back to this one. This one, I'm back on this SMP Nimber. I rode the gel version of that for the Badlands, just because I had saddle sores before I even started, which was a bummer. But I'm back on this again, just trying to tough myself up a little bit. And the big dinner plate in the back, then obviously the rear suspension, front suspension stem. If I was to choose one of these, I should do a review on the stem as well. If I was to choose one of these, I'm going to actually put one of these on the road bike. I just don't want the rattle, I want comfort. and it makes a big difference. I think it makes a big difference on the descending, just because of the center of gravity drops a little bit. But yeah, I'm just going to do this by eye, get out on it, see how it feels. I'm going to get the cables on now and then taper up. All right, so put the bars on down, and I've turned these in a little bit. Might be, does that look even? It's hard to know. And I've gone to, so 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. It's great that you can just use that to adjust it, super easy. Right, I'm gonna put on these little grips, and they come with some tape here, and then also some sticky back, so this sticks on here, so that sticks onto the bar, so it makes it more secure. And they just fit like so, and it gives your round bar more of a flat edge, which is great. And then you can trim them here. If that comes in too much, you just can trim on any of those little bits there. I have these on the other bars, and they're game changer, because I like flat bars. Because if you look at the Gerard, this comes with a carbon fiber piece, and it's flat. It's just more comfortable than the roundy one. You know, you've bigger surface area going into the palms of your hands. If this wasn't a one piece, I'd probably put a, no, I wouldn't. I'd definitely put I'm definitely going to put like a C-post on the back of this. Anyway, back to the 51. All right, let's see how this looks. We've got first ride on the bars, and let's see how this looks and sounds. I've got a lav mic on, so it should be good, but it's kind of windy, so we'll see how it goes. The bars, straight off the bat, I like them. I like how much they flare at the bottom, and I like how narrow they are at the top. I like the amount of positions I can get, which is a kind of big thing. I mean, for me, the gravel bike, especially this one, is about comfort. And like, I just rode that Badlands 800k Ultra, and any kind of long races I'm gonna ride on the 51, so everything's got to be comfortable for me to ride it. And the more positions I can get on the handlebars, the better. So for this, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. The cushions on the tops are lovely. There is enough space between the bit in the middle and the way the bar goes at the side for my hands. And I like how sturdy I suppose the kitchen sink bit, is that what they call it? It's like the tri-bar bit, isn't it, really? Because when I had the tri-bars on, sometimes I don't want to put my elbows on, and I just want to hold the center. But with these ones, because they're part of the bar, they're stable, so I can just get like a nice little aero position, and change it up a little bit, change the hand position. What I don't like, oh, what else do I like? I like the amount of thought that's gone into it, and especially those the rubbers on the bottom. I mean, that's someone who's they're like grips off a mountain bike, I suppose, that you get at the ends, but no one has yet come up, and I've never seen it, with something like that on a set of drop bars, where it's always been tape all the way through. And this one, there's no tape at the bottom, it's just a rubber thing. It's kind of cool. The only thing I'd say is, you know, I'm not a fan of black tape, even though that tape is super comfortable. It's not gonna get dirty. It's not a dirt magnet like a lot of comfortable stuff is. It's really spongy. I'll put it up there with the last tape that I used, that silicone stuff. I like it, but I'm not a fan of black handlebar tape. I think all the bikes have gone a little bit drab. I've always liked
white handlebar tape, even though it's hard to clean. I just used to change it every few weeks, but this handlebar tape, really good, easy to put on, and it's grippy. So, all in all, first impressions are good. So let's get it on the trails and let's see how it performs.
Wow.
How's this? So the last time I was on these trails was before Badlands. And what I will say is, since it's rained and there's some puddles behind me, that the surface is much nicer. It's just, the whole thing was just sand and rocks. Now it's a little bit more like clay. It's lovely. It's good to get back out again. I mean, I was pretty beat up after the Badlands, but then I was struggling then to get power into the pedals. My left hand is still numb. Apparently that's a thing with ultras, that from the vibration all the time, that you just get this numbness in the hands, and that just knocks on. Some people get two hands, some people get feet. I just got my left hand. So certain things like, like there's no strength in the first two fingers, so trying to put a key in a door or trying to turn like a cap on a jar or something, opening a bottle of water, basic shit like that. The hand grip is grand, but just that dexterity, just that finger manipulation doesn't seem to work. But I'm back out on it. I'm enjoying it. It's what I do. I ride bikes, I do martial arts. A bit slower than I was, but I'm still able to do it. And there's lots of people, when you're feeling sorry for yourself out there, that can't do it. They don't have the ability, they don't have the resources, they don't have the area, they don't have lots of things. Whereas everything's on my doorstep, I've no excuses. It's like I have a phenomenal gym. I should be in the best shape of my life, rather than making excuses. And that's the whole thing, trying to stay try to stay motivated, have a plan, because if you don't, you're gonna fall apart, aren't you? Anyway, a few more kilometers. I guess sometimes you don't think there's a problem until someone shows you a solution. And I've got one spin in now. I've done about 30 kilometers and I get it. So there's a reason why mountain bikes have super wide bars. There's a reason why road racers have narrower bars and get narrower as it goes. Even the track sprinters, I was watching the track, they're super narrow bars now. And there's a reason why even road riders don't even ride on the drops anymore. They all ride on the hoods. And there's two things going on there. One is aerodynamics and the other is stability. So the mountain bikers have a wide bar because it's more stable for descending. Back in the 80s, they were super narrow, now they're super wide. The road racers have turned in their levers, the brake levers, to make their hands get closer together so they're more aerodynamic. They can bend their elbows more and it's more aerodynamic than it is when they're on the drops. And with these bars, there's a couple of things that I really like about it. One, it's the narrow, they're 41, but they feel narrower because of the angle of the drop is so much so to give that kind of like flare, brings the hoods in even closer. So I'll have to measure that later on, but it's different. The drops are super wide, and with the grips on the bottom, I don't feel like I need to have my fingers on the brakes under the sense. It feels super stable. It feels nice and aerodynamic, and the what would you call it? The D bar, or the kitchen sink, I suppose, on the bars on the front is a nice place to hold your hands. So even like you can see by the flare, they flare a lot, and I like it. I like it. I like this angle. It brings your hands in closer. Whoever came up with this, I suppose it's like off a mountain bike, really, isn't it? I have it at this angle on both sides, and it's just nice. You know, I can move slightly up if I need the drops, but I found on the descents they were great. These things are great. It almost gives it like a flare back, and there's a little flare up here as well. So I found I was using this position a lot. The other thing that I didn't think would work would be this comes with it, and it's two pieces. It goes to go into the bag, but I didn't think it would work because I thought that would be fairly bouncy, and I didn't think it would work, but it works nicely. It doesn't move around. The bar is on a stem that moves up and down anyway. And then I've got the bag here with a few jellies that I shouldn't be eating. And then I've got like a little thing here as well. And I can take that off as well. But I really like it. It doesn't zip underneath, so you can just like push things in, push things out. And there's almost a little, I don't know what, it's a little bend in it, or is that the mount that's making it do that? But all in all, they're going to stay on the bike, definitely. But you can see the width, it's like super narrow. I've made a couple of adjustments. It gives a nice little line here, so I was able to just move it probably about 2 mil more up, but otherwise really nice, and it addresses a lot of problems I didn't know I had until you use them. The tape is lovely, and like I say, I'm not a fan of black tape, but it's very comfortable. It's very like a silicone with a very small crisscross design in it, but it's grip. You haven't worn gloves today. Hands aren't anyway sore or anything like that, but it's nice and padded. It's 3 mil thick, and it's long. It's so long that I was able to kind of, you know, do that figure of 8 around here, come all the way through here and tape off there. So that's tape there. I left that bit out because sometimes I might want to put a clamp so I can put the camera on here. I'm probably going to have to take that off because I think I'm going to use the bag the whole time. And then the bike is it's coming along. It's a progress. But would I recommend these bars? Yeah, I would. Yeah, but I'd recommend them in 41. For me, they were always a little bit too too wide, like 46. I mean, the bottom of these are 41 to I think it's 49 at the bottom. It's a big old flare, and it's a much bigger flare than I was used to, but it feels a lot more stable. And then with those rubber cups at the end, I think they're great. Yeah, I think they're great. There was a guy called Marco Pantani who used to get out of the saddle on his drops all the time. A super climber from Italy, one of my heroes. And with these, I feel I'm getting out of the saddle more often on the drops, and of a wider span. I can get more leverage, because the bike going from side to side is, you're using the bike as a lever. So the more I can go left and right, the more leverage I have. Plus, if it's on gravel, I'm on a semi-slick, I need these to kick in. So the more I can angle the bike going up rather than keeping the bike straight and getting out of saddle, it's going to wheel spin. So it's just nice, yeah. And it's a cracking day. Right, let's press on.